Father Carlos, Father Hennis, honored guests, and my dear brothers. It was December 31st, 2009, late at night. I was going to confession in Orlando, Florida, to a priest I've never met before. It was one of those confessions where you end up telling the priest a lot more than your sins, showing the doctor right where it hurts, I guess you could say. I told him about my desire to be a spiritual father, to be a priest. And as soon as I was done speaking, he looked at me in the most fatherly, loving, and serious way. And he said, "Well, before you ever become a father, you first have to learn how to be a son." I can stand up here in front of you today, brothers, and tell you, I am a beloved son. And the Lord taught me this the most through my dear father and priest hero, Father Paul Hazing. Father Hazing became my vocation director when I handed in my seminary application 3 years ago. And I'll never forget the conversation we had in his office that day. I expected this guy would be my boss. I was a little intimidated by him in his black Dickies double knee work pants under his clerics, his cartoonish-looking black and white Toyota FJ Cruiser, his perpetual G-Shock watch wearing, and his studly status as our 1998 Tommy of the Year. It's true. Check the Student Center. But that intimidation went away when he said, "Taylor, I'm not here to be your boss. This will become a relationship of trust. I'll learn to trust you, and you'll learn to trust me." Well, our relationships become that and so much more. I've got to tell you, brothers, it's so peaceful to know that you have a vocation director who knows you through and through and who loves you as his son anyway. I think the best way to explain is to share with you two particular experiences I've had with Father Hazing. Father Hazing is so very human, and he has a very human heart. I've had the privilege to live with him for 2 summers now, and the thing that sticks out to me the most from those experiences isn't our Father Hazing cooking lessons or our heart-to-heart how's it going sessions. No, I remember breakfast. Every morning I got to sit down alone with my priest hero. Of course I anticipated mind-blowing conversations every time, but there were so many mornings that Father would just sit there with me in silence and sip the coffee I just made him. He knew that he had to be a father to me, not just an idol. And sometimes fathers just need to sit there and sip coffee with you. I didn't have to impress him, and he didn't have to impress me. We could just sit there and enjoy the silence together. What a beautiful way to live your fatherhood, to live your priesthood, fully human and fully alive. It's not always silent, though. He knows when I need to talk, and he gets right to the heart. I want to share with you an experience that happened just a couple months ago. As if I didn't already know how much Father Hazing cares for me, this one set the seal on it. His mother just died this past February, and Father Hazing got to spend the last week with her in his childhood home as her cancer ate away at her. During that week, I needed to talk to him about something very important concerning the future of my discernment and formation, but I didn't want to take him away from the last few hours he'd get to spend with his mother on earth. I thought it'd be a while till we spoke, perhaps after the funeral and all. But one afternoon that week, my phone rang. Father Paul Hazing. I've been to his parents' home before, and I know that there's no cell phone reception there. It's in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska, and you have to drive way up on the hill just to get a couple bars. I said, "Well, Father, aren't you at home with your mom?" And he said, "I am. I'm just sitting in my car up on the hill. I had to talk to you." That's my father. That's how much he loves me. He'd leave his dying mother and get in his car and drive up on the hill just to talk to me. He's fully human, fully a father, and he's taught me how to pray. I once told him that I wanted to be like St. Paul and pray constantly, but it was so hard. And he said, "Taylor, stay in the chair. You don't have to leave the chair to go about your day. You have to go to breakfast? Well, stay in the chair with the Father and eat your breakfast. You have to go to class? Stay in the chair with the Father and be in class." My priest hero is an admirable man. He's a good vocation director. He knows how to pray. But more than anything, he's my father, and I love him. Everything changes when you know you're loved. Praise be Jesus Christ. Now and forever.